Hello, Internet, or whatever the Internet thinks it is. Hi, Alexa. Hi, Siri. And hi, Windows wants you to use Cortana. It's like, dude, I'm not going to say hi, Cortana. Sorry.
So now anyone that was watching this that like has a Siri or an Alexa, it just turned on. So how about we do this? Alexa, please order me 5 pounds of chocolate.
Siri, please order me 5 pounds of chocolate.
You're welcome.
You're watching the My Tea Mushroom Show. I am Corey.
I am Kayla. I am working.
Known as My Tea Mushroom or a My Tea Mushroom. Kayla's actually trying to get some work done. I kind of worked all day today, kind of. What I like to do to get like real stuff done is like, let's say I'm like gonna pack orders and like do some other crap. I'll print out all the pack. Like I had like, I don't know, like 35 orders or something. Print all the packing slips, turn on the radio and not have any sort of like computer on or even social media and go pick the orders and then like pack them, weigh them, do all that stuff without any sort of internet interference. And then print the shipping labels. But I didn't get to the shipping labels today for some reason, but I needed to organize some stuff tomorrow. I have like a potential new. Oh, let me put the link in the chat. I see you, Elliot. I sent you an invite, buddy. But I'll put the link here. If you are watching this show now, in the future, in the past, in a parallel dimension, in this dimension, in the parallel dimension, and in this dimension, this is an open forum show where I generally interrupt people for about 2 to 3 hours. The link in the chat is what you click to be part of the show. As long as you're not an asshole, you can totally be part of the show. If you are an asshole, or if we judge you to be an asshole, we don't really want to talk to you. Or maybe we do, just for a minute. Elliot, you sexy bastard! Your volume seems really low.
Very quiet.
Not that
you're
much.
Like underwater or something.
It sounds like you're in your toilet.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes. That sexy, deep Barry White voice.
Yeah, baby. Coming in hot. Yeah. I'm going to rub you down with my sexual voice.
That was pretty epic. Dude, are you I don't know. Okay, I'm going to say this because you're wearing sports memorabilia.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people care about sports.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. Sports is a very subjective, arbitrary thing, but at the same time, I'm with you. I'm probably more like you, whether I could give a fuck less.
Yeah.
At the same time, like growing up in Massachusetts and being around all the Patriots thing and everything, and just like kind of understanding who Tom Brady is and Bill Belichick and those people, like I've really bought into the bullshit that is
Bill Bellamy, the rapper?
No, not Bill Bell. God damn it. No, and he wasn't even a rapper. He was a DJ, you hot turd. Bill Bellamy was never a rapper. He was a DJ on MTV. Anyway, listen. Listen. I'm hurt right now, and I'm coming here for some comfort.
Did your team lose?
You won't find comfort here, Chemo Swabby.
Did the Patriots lose? I take it. Oh,
yeah, they lost. They lost to the Eagles, and I think right now Philadelphia is on fire because
my motherfuckers is Don Henley a good quarterback?
Don Henley is the best quarterback, even though he was in the Eagles, not playing for the Eagles.
Isn't the lead singer kind of like the quarterback?
Totally, yeah. No, you've crushed it right now. You're
killing it.
What's going on? Yeah. See, that's why I hopped on, because I needed you guys to cheer me up. Because although I know I'm guessing you guys didn't watch the game. It was a fucking amazing game. And
I'm one of those assholes that doesn't even have cable.
What's that?
I'm one of those assholes that doesn't even have cable.
Girl, you don't need cable. You got the internet. You can get that.
You don't need cable. You got the internet.
Girl, you don't need cable and shit. You got the internet.
They put a chip in your brain, and then they put the show in a chip in your brain.
Girl, I got a link to Napster that I'm gonna send you to watch.
My name is Sean Fanning. My name is Sean Fanning, and they call me Napster. I invented a peer-to-peer file sharing protocol.
Who wants the new Metallica album? I have the new Metallica album for download immediately.
Immediately. And there's porn and albums.
Some of my favorite bands, like to this day, are bands that I discovered accidentally on Napster because I thought I was downloading some other thing and it was instead. Like Muse, the band Muse, I would have never heard of them, at least not in any time in my high school years, unless I accidentally downloaded them, like I did. And I was like, these guys are really cool, but it's definitely not Incubus like I thought it was.
Oh my God, I love Incubus. Incubus.
Well, that's what I was trying to download.
Growing up.
Bro.
What?
Incubus?
Dude. Have you not heard that, like, what was it called? Something.
Incubus, like, just the word incubus makes me think of, like, those twist dial fossil watches and, like,
Oh, no, dude. We all know you're too cool for school and that you wouldn't never listen to anything mainstream, but Incubus was
I listen to everything mainstream. I don't even know what
Okay, so let me learn you up on some shit. So Incubus, the name of the band was taken from an old movie starring William Shatner, and they actually created a new language for the movie, which was absolutely get your face out of the goddamn bullshit. I'm trying to learn you up on some shit right now. Here. Listen, I'm just all right. Fine, I'm
listening. Just because his dumbass isn't listening.
I'm here to get drunk. Fuck you guys. Here we go.
I want to know.
No, listen. I'm gonna click on my face. Here we go. Let's go, party people.
Just because you click on your face, all that means is that you can see you. It doesn't mean that everyone can.
We live in a very narcissistic society.
He's like, that's all that I wanted.
It's because I'm cute.
Are you cute?
I'm cute.
I think.
Are you gonna finish with your stupid Incubus story or what?
No, that's it. So William Shatner was in a movie called Incubus where they had a made up language that they tried to.
Oh my God! Do you know what an incubus is?
It's probably some type of like sack, like a.
There's a succubus and an incubus. A succubus is the female version, and the
It's like a
incubus.
demon that like has sex with you while you're sleeping or something.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
definitely it saps your energy while you're sleeping. Anytime you have a wet dream, which I wish I still had.
Oh my God! It's a male demon believed to have sexual intercourse with sleeping women.
I think that's what we just said.
Yeah, well, I was clarifying
that you were wrong.
But also, wait, let me look up Incubus. William Shatner.
William Shatner. Did you know in the movie Halloween that's a William Shatner mask turned inside out?
I did know that.
Oh my God, you're right. It is. That's amazing. Okay, etymological, blah, 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 blah,
This has been fun facts.
blah, blah, blah.
Us.
Sleep paralysis. Yeah, you know what? There's not a whole lot about the whole William Shatner thing online.
Because you made it up?
I did not make it up. I swear to God. Incubus. William Shatner. Here it is. It's listen.
Dude.
1966.
Dude.
Black and white American horror film filmed entirely in the constructed language of Esperanto.
That's not a made-up language, though. That's like that's a real
like a dead language.
It's a constructed language.
I know it's not like they just made it up for the movie. Esperanto existed before that. Esperanto is like the world language that they tried to invent,
which I'm guessing didn't make it too far in the.
People speak Esperanto today.
And then they're laughed at and pushed to the edges of society.
Well, I mean, if you didn't have a common language, you know.
Hey, I speak American. I don't know where the fuck you're from, man. I speak American.
I was born in a can of Pringles outside of the 7-Eleven.
And somebody brought me inside and filled me with a slushie. And then I became America.
Oh my God.
I don't like things that are spicy. I don't like things that are spicy.
What is happening?
Build a wall around the spicy things because those colored folks and their spicy things make me uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
I don't even have any alcohol. I'm feeling very.
Holy shit, dudes! I walked into the bins today. So Nicole came to the office for a sec to get that typewriter and check out my office. She was my first guest in the office. Both of you are welcome anytime you'd like. What's up?
I will be flying up there shortly.
Cool. Come to Portland. It's pretty rad. What was I saying? Oh, and then I went to the bins after, and I got a whole bottle of like the giant. It's like the biggest. It's like 12 ounces of vintage Polo perfume in the green round bottle. I think that stuff's worth a lot of money, especially right now while Polo is like the hotsy totsies. I've sold some older bottles of Polo for like over $100. Let me see if it's good.
Is that all you got, or did you get other stuff?
I got a couple of pairs of really cool boots, and I got what did I get? Some mugs, like some steins that probably from like the 1920s or something. They're really cool, and they're old, and they just have a really awesome patina. So I do pretty well with those kind of things, $2 or $3, and they're usually like. I've sold like vintage, antique steins for up to like $70, I think. They really do really well. They're really hot. They're really popular right now. Really, really popular. You'd be really surprised. Try out some if you find some Oktoberfest steins that are older, from the 60s or 70s. Those can go really, 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 really good. What was I looking up? God damn it. My brain is not functioning properly at the moment. Damn it. Polo. Vintage Polo Eau de Toilette.
Krillin says, is it Polo Safari?
I don't remember. I'm gonna find out in a second though. Yeah, it's the green bottle, Krillin. Oh, see, here's one. Here's 1.5 ounces for $90. Here's 2 ounces. It's like it's like the biggest bottle ever. The Eated Toilet. Eated Toilet. Yeah, see, that one's only 12. Let's see, $70. How the fuck do you spell? Oh god, I spelled Eated Toilet. Eau de Toilette wrong.
Eau de Toilette.
Eau de Twilight.
Eau de Toilette.
You're a toilet.
You're a toilet. You're a toilet.
That's the direct translation.
So, did you guys see any of the Super Bowl tonight? Either of you?
No.
Dude.
I've been making fucking handmade.
You don't have to come at me with your fucking highfalutin. I don't.
You have to remember, I'm like a hipster from Portland.
It's like, yes or no? I don't need your
no.
I need you to be quiet for a minute and listen to me.
Oh God.
It never ends.
That's why you started this YouTube channel, so you could just talk over people.
That's exactly why he started this channel.
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Elliot.
Are you high?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Should be, because there's no other reason to be on the internet at fucking 10:21 at night unless you're high.
It's 9:21, and the reason to come on the internet is to talk to Kayla, not you.
Hey, what do you guys think of my beard right now? How's it look?
I think it's really nice.
It's nice. It's a little long.
Right? I think you're right.
It's like
it's getting a little bit long. But
you should put some deer. Can't do it. Can't do it. I was gonna tell you.
I thought you were gonna say put some deer urine in it or something.
Semen. That's what made me say that.
There you go. There it is.
You should stiffen it with some deer.
Wow.
Anyways, so when I was so clearly neither of you give a fuck about sports or anything. But during the halftime show, they had a trailer for the new Han Solo movie, which is a Star Wars related item, which maybe you might give a fuck about. Do you guys have anything to say about that?
I don't give a fuck about that either.
Me either.
I'm excited to watch the Westworld trailer.
Oh my God.
Don't fuck it up for me. My husband is already mad that I haven't watched it with him yet.
Oh my God. It was pretty awesome. And there's a new Cloverfield movie
that I'm excited to watch too.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
Not in regular release in the movie theaters. Netflix. Netflix is taking over the fucking world right now.
Netflix is killing it.
It's amazing. Okay, so I watched that new movie Bright the other night.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't.
With Will Smith. It's like a sci-fi / Lord of the Rings-ish. You know, you got a little sci-fi, a little bit of elves and magic and bullshit. And from all the reviews I heard about it, people were bashing it. It's not as bad as people say. It is a fun. If you just open yourself up to the cool, fun movie. There's gonna be some magic, some elves, a magic wand, Will Smith, and some fucking orcs. Then it is a fucking fun ass movie.
I watched about 2/3 of it. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, it's a decent movie. It's not great. Nobody's gonna win an Oscar, but it was good enough so that Netflix is now making a sequel because Netflix has all the data on the movie. They know how many people watched it. They know when they watched it. know what they were eating when they watched it. They know what they were wearing when they watched it. I don't. They probably don't have that shit. But Netflix has a lot of data, and if Netflix spends $90 million on a movie, and it gets shit reviews, and then they say we're bringing a sequel out, that means nobody knows what movie reviews actually mean. Because like, isn't that weird? Like it kind of got.
Dude, I fucking hate even the concept of movie reviews. Like, I just want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
My favorite thing ever is to walk into a movie and not know anything about it, and when it starts,
I'm totally gonna say, like,
Yeah.
the reason that it has terrible reviews is because the people who review movies gave it terrible reviews, not the people who are watching it because they're like, oh, it's Friday night. What do you want to do? I don't know. Let's watch a movie.
Right.
That's the person I am. I'm not the movie fucking reviewer.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do you like Will Smith? Yeah, I've seen a couple of movies with Will Smith.
Well, let's see what this is like.
Will Smith in it. Just fucking throw it on. And boom, all of a sudden, like 25 million people have watched this movie, but nobody knows about it because Netflix doesn't publish their numbers. And then Netflix is like, hey guys, we released this movie Bright. It did okay. We're gonna do a sequel. And fucking just nobody knows why, but clearly it was a fuck ton of people watched it, and it's worth another $90 million to create another movie. It's crazy. It's so funny because it's completely going above and beyond what, you know, the conventional movie theater numbers are, or movie theater, you know, I don't know what the fuck this, I'm so drunk right now. I'm
well, it's just nice that they're not beholden to the numbers or the reviews. Like, they can make things because people want to see them.
They have a different business model. Their business model isn't selling tickets. It's like producing hype and getting people to like have confidence in their platform.
Yeah.
That's what Stranger Things did. I mean, Stranger Things boosted confidence in their platform, the ability to produce entertainment. And it proved that that's part of what their niche is. I mean, they can, with enough capital, they can parallel so many awesome projects. They just parallel projects, and like, they should never have a time where there isn't something awesome, because if they can find the projects, they can make awesome shit because they have the fucking money.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't particularly think Netflix is the problem with me for Netflix is like, I guess I don't, if they would incorporate something that had to do with like kind of things that YouTube kind of did, where like, you know, there's like master classes. Like, my kid watches like the stuff on there. My wife likes all the series and stuff, but I like to have something that was more
like almost like a creator based, like people who are creating content.
I mean, they could be content creators because it is content that needs to be created. So like, what if, so like, I want to learn about this, and like, here's a whole thing that's in depth about this beyond just the basic television level, like meta analyses or something that I don't know.
But you're talking about like the masterclass, like the Gordon Ramsay masterclass, like
stuff like that. Yeah,
I want to become a better chef. Give me content where I can become a better chef.
Exactly. Like.
But that's what YouTube has.
Yeah,
I know, but they need to come after that shit and be like.
Well, I don't think every platform needs to be everything to everyone. Like, I think Netflix has a really good
I'm saying
niche.
that's what I would like. If that stuff was on Netflix, I would watch it more. I'm weird, though. I'm very peculiar. I'm just saying I wish they would do that.
That's a great point, is that Netflix has the opportunity to become that. They could become a YouTube where people could create content and post it in a, like, it could be like, they could call it like NetTube or FlixTube or something, where they could create a platform where people could create content and just post it.
Pornhub?
What an idea.
Call it Pornhub.
Wait, what? What's that? What's porn?
No, it would
I just wouldn't want something like that to like muddy down Netflix's like really good and original professional content. I wouldn't want it to get
this would be
muddied.
professional content. So it would be professional content made by an expert in a series or something like that. I just think it would be cool. I'm not saying I wasn't saying that that's economically feasible, but like projects like that just last forever. I mean, they own it. Then they could do series on this or that or whatever, because people are internet savvy and people learn way faster than they used to. At least I did.
And one thing that I think Netflix is doing absolutely amazing is comedy. Like, I don't know if you remember back in the day, like comedy specials lived on HBO. Like HBO was the place to see, you know, I can't remember like specifically offhand. Was it maybe George Carlin was on HBO, or maybe it was
George Carlin was definitely on HBO. Raw, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock,
all the Bill Cosby stuff, all the Richard Pryor stuff.
Exactly, and they became the platform for comedy. And Netflix has absolutely taken that over.
Gallagher, I believe, was HBO.
Gallagher
was wrong.
The pinnacle of humor.
Yeah.
I mean, it still was like stage humor. I mean, he was a stand-up.
Fucked up.
What?
But now Netflix is now becoming that. They're releasing.
Gallagher.
I mean, they have Dave Chappelle. They have Bill Burr. They have Louis C.K. They have all these huge comics, and then this year they're creating a whole new platform where they're releasing 15-minute comedy specials, kind of in competition with Comedy Central half hours. So they're like totally taking over the comedy space, which is awesome.
I'm so lost.
What? What do you mean? Me?
Gallagher. What channel was that motherfucker on?
Comedy Central.
No, that was way before Comedy Central.
Comedy Central has been around since I was a child. And I remember seeing Gallagher.
Like, how long has South Park been on?
Since
Dude, I used to watch
94.
Gallagher when I was like 6 and 7.
How old are you?
Only a few years apart.
I'm 37.
Okay.
So
and
that was
I'm 33.
30 fucking years ago.
I'm 38.
There was no Comedy Central. There was MTV.
Clearly,
MTV
I've
was
aged
like,
better than
it was
you.
MTV, USA, and like TNT. There weren't very many channels, dude.
So now I have to look it up.
There was like 30 cable channels growing up.
Dude, yeah, where I was from, there were like 12.
And
Comedy Central started.
I had to go to my friend's house.
1991.
I believe you. I didn't have it though. There was no Comedy Central in my area till much
1989,
later.
actually.
Holy shit!
1989.
I did not have cable growing up, so I had to go to my friend's house to watch cable. And I was.
I'm not excited by a mere paper.
You're gonna get your shit turned off if you
Oh shit!
things in the background.
I know, you're right.
On the screen, bro. Put it up on the screen. Screen share.
Yeah. Let's have you put some more South Park on and get everything fucking knocked into cybernetic black holes.
I'm looking at the Westworld season 2 trailer right now. I could
do not play it, or I will fly to Phoenix and poke your eye out with my wiener.
I have an answer for you. Gallagher did 14 comedy specials on Showtime.
Showtime!
There we go, baby.
All it took was a little Wikipedia-ing.
One of my favorite shows when I was an adolescent was on HBO. It was called like Real Sex. I used to love that show.
Oh my god, yes.
Wasn't that an awesome show?
Yeah.
They still have it like on the HBO streaming. You can rewatch the old episodes.
Oh my god, they were amazing.
Dude.
That was an amazing show.
Okay,
that
so
was the shit.
I used to go to my mother's sister's house, and they had Skinamax. So I would purposely
Real Sex was
I would
better.
put us to bed at like at like 8 o'clock at night. I would purposely stay up till like 10. I would sneak over, flick on the TV,
Turn about.
check out some boobies, yo. I was all about that shit.
You wanna know?
I was all about those boobies.
No, this is live on the internet, right?
Yeah. No, listen. I've seen some weird shit.
I love boobs are like it's hard for me to think of something I like better.
Yeah, no, boobs are absolutely amazing. So thanks to all the ladies for having those. I want to give a shout out to the ladies.
Yeah, no, there was just
Shout out
some
to
weird.
boobs.
It's one. How many viewers do we have right now? Is there anybody in chat, or is this
There's
a...
9 people, and most of the people in chat, I would say, have boobs.
Okay, hey, shout out to my ladies for having boobs.
What is
Not in the
you were
weird
gonna say?
way, for fucking...
We've got Lauren and Mal and Krillin, so we've got like at
Oh,
least 10 people.
Krillin definitely has boobs.
Oh!
Hey, Krillin, show us your tits.
Don't say that.
Don't do that.
Don't stop it.
Well, you know he's gonna
Krillin
hop
will
on with some. God damn it! The Patriots lost tonight. I'm still sad. I'm sad.
Dude, shut up.
You had nothing to do with it, whether they won or
I
lost.
know. Like,
I know that's the great thing about it. Last year, when they won, I didn't have anything to do with it, but I got to fucking talk shit to everybody who.
Dude, I have been busting a hole in the side of eBay like this week. Holy shit, man. I did like 600 in sales yesterday and like almost 500 today.
Nice.
And like, I don't even know. Like, it's very peculiar. I don't have any inventory.
What kind
What's
of?
up? What's up?
What kind of stuff are you selling?
Dude, I sold an ashtray for $30 today. I'm not joking.
No, that's amazing. I love it.
A fucking ashtray, dude. Like, an ashtray.
And
That just means I can buy anything and sell it on eBay.
yes,
Just anything.
there's literally no limit.
If anybody's making excuses about their eBay sales, it's because they don't have enough inventory listed. Things sell at a certain rate. You just have to have a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And the more shit you have, the more stuff you'll sell.
Yep. That's it.
I had
It's literally.
so this is like an awesome. 2 days ago, I started an eBay experiment for clothing, and I started that last like February. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just bought a bunch of stuff and started experimenting. For my initial experiment of like 100 items, the last shirt sold like 2 or 3 days ago. So even though my worst picks like were sold by a year, and I made like my normal margin on it. So very interesting, but you can really sell anything, man. It's crazy.
Do you guys? Quick question.
Yeah.
Do you put measurements on all your clothing?
Yes.
Yes. Especially because I don't take returns.
True.
Yeah, my average item is pretty high, and I would say on clothing, I never really get returns, but what I do get returns on is shoes. That's what I get returns on.
I've heard the same thing that shoes are a huge return item, and that's the most returns I've ever gotten is shoes, not clothes. I guess I'm guessing like, and I haven't sold a whole lot of stuff, but I would say that like I've gotten it like 1 or 2 returns on shirts or clothing, and maybe like 5 or 6 returns on shoes. It's completely different. The measurements just don't add up.
The margins are crazy though, dude. I bought these Augusti Lambroni. I don't even know. It's AGL. It's like Augusti Grablucci
Oh yeah.
Lambroni. Lambroni is the brand of shoes.
Yeah, I know those. Yeah, I wear that.
I got like I just bought them. You know, if you can get good looking quality shoes for like $3, you know, you take a gamble on them. Well, I got like 6 or 7 pairs for like $3 a piece, and I just couldn't find any more like anywhere near that. And I put them up for 80, and they all sold, and they're used, and there's no boxes, and they sold fast. Like,
What kind of condition were they in?
really good condition. They were very, very well taken care of. But I walked into a closet full of women's and men's Salvador Ferragamo shoes and these Ambrusi Leggera Macaroni things. So I just bought everything in the closet. I took all the clothes and put it in a bag, and I took all the shoes and put them in bags, and I just walked out to the cash register because I was like, well, if they have Ferragamo shoes, I don't know what these brands are, but they're probably, you know, just pretty good.
You're like,
This was a long time ago.
What's up? No, this was like well, I mean, it was when my wife was in Argentina, so,
Okay, so not very long ago.
3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago, something like that.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they sold really fast. All of the whatever you got, the Augusto Lombrini or whatever shoes sold really fast. So look for those. What is it? Is it? I gotta find out what it is. It's like Lombrini.
I can't remember the name of them, but don't forget to look for them.
What do you mean? Like right now?
No, I'm saying you can't remember exactly what they're called, but
Attilio?
you're telling us to look for them.
I know. I'm sorry. Attilio. His name is Attilio. Attilio Gusti Liambruni. Attilio. Have you heard of this brand? You've heard of this brand, right?
I have not.
Well, like, okay, there's a bunch of them that have just sold for like, 30, 40, 50. But I mean, I got really good. No, I don't think people sold these for high enough prices because they demand pretty high prices. It's Attilio, Attilio Giusti, Giusti, Liambruni. Whoa, these are used. These sold for like 140. Oh, maybe I sold mine even too cheap. Shit. Probably not. Well, I got them for $3. So anyway, they sold fast. The Lambriunis. AGL. A duty believe.
You know that Krillin is probably screaming at his screen right now about how to pronounce it properly.
He's like, Lora Piana. Attilio Agosti Maragogi.
Hey, a capellino.
Hey, you know what I like? I like curry leaf.
Oh, I've seen AGL. I've never seen the full. I've never noticed the full name. But yes, I have seen AGLs.
Dude, if they have any animal prints on them or like little
I've only
buckles
seen
on
them
them,
new, like at Nordstrom.
mm,
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them thrifted yet.
yeah, this was somebody's closet. Sometimes you just have to buy somebody's closet.
Are you really coming up on Friday for that estate sale?
Yeah, let's fucking go. You gonna go?
Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to be there like when they open. That's the problem.
Well, get your ass up.
I have to take Hazel to school. That's the thing.
Hire an Uber.
Hazel, just call Uber.
Just get in the fucking car with this random dude.
It'll be fine.
I mean,
I'm sure they'll figure out how to get your car seat installed.
the estate sale started at
8 or 9 usually.
I think it was like 4 hours. But the fucked up thing is they don't release the time, the location until 5 a.m. the day of. So I got the zip code, so I'm just gonna go zip over to that zip code.
Yep.
And if I can sign you up, I will. But if
It
you're not
won't
there,
work because I won't be able to get there till like 10. It's gonna take me like an hour to get there from where I live. So I'm not gonna be able to be like in line.
Well, like I'll just like find all the stuff that I think you'll buy, and I'll just like buy it.
Okay.
for me.
I'll give you a budget for me. You can buy all the
Give
clothes
me
for
a
me.
budget for you.
For me.
You will give me a budget for what?
Yeah.
What fucking planet do
The
you
women's
think
clothing.
You will take her budget
What
and you will
fucking
abide by her
planet?
budget.
What
No.
fucking planet do you think
no.
this is?
Hey, you will take her budget and you will abide by it.
We'll see. If my husband can work from home on Friday, then he can take her in, but I doubt it. So
That sale just looked cool, and
it's gonna be like a sale
I
of
mean,
a
my
lifetime.
excuse. I don't know about a lifetime because we live long lives, but
Well, it's gonna be expensive though.
yeah, it looks like it's going to be expensive, which bothers me. But I really need inventory, so if it's good, I don't even care if it's expensive. I really need some. Really need some stuff in my store.
No, it's gonna be really good. I've been to their sales a lot, and they are very pricey.
They look pretty pricey, yeah.
They're smart. They know what they have, but they do have really good. Like on the last day of the sales, they give really good discounts.
The best
not gonna be
companies in
anything
the
less.
world miss major things
Oh, yeah.
all the time. Or
I
they
just
just
don't
like
think
they're
it's
like
much
everything over here is like $20, and in there's some $20 things and there's some $200 things.
It's gonna be quite competitive at the sale. I know it.
Well, I'm gonna be in the neighborhood at 5 a.m.
You and 100 other people.
No way.
I guarantee you.
Well,
There
we'll
are
see
people that will be sleeping in the neighborhood the night before.
Yeah. Well, that's the same as me being there at 5 a.m.
I'm just saying you're not gonna be the only one. Not even close.
I'm gonna be the first one to that fucking house. Watch this shit, motherfucker. I'm gonna take a picture of me first at that house.
More power to you if you are.
Let's put a wager on it. $20.
Shut the fuck
$20
up. Hey, listen.
says
Hey,
that you're not the first one.
hey, I gotta go to bed. I'm fucking exhausted. I
Good
love you
night.
guys. Good luck at whatever your fucking horrible estate sale you go to. That you're sleeping in your car at 2 in the morning.
Dude, I've slept in my car at estate sales more than 50 times.
I don't care. But
I don't care either.
if that gets you that fucking ashtray that makes you $30, then more power to you. Hey, I love you guys. You're my fucking spirit warriors, and I'll see you on the flip side.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, you asshole. Ew. I think I saw the deer semen.
I could smell it from here.
Oh gosh, we got Krillin coming in. Should we get Krillin in here?
Oh fuck! Here we go.
Here
we
The
go.
link's in the chat, you donkey. Put my hood on. I don't like this hoodie. Columbia makes garbage shit, honestly. I did make. Oh, so when we bought those Star Wars jackets, Nicole sent out that that like Instagram Tweedle thingy,
Mhm.
and like I was waiting in line at this estate sale. It's the one I got this like $5,000 box thing. That's I mean it's definitely gonna sell for like $4,000 to $5,000 for like $10. But then when I was driving home, I was like, I don't want to do retail arbitrage, whatever. And then I was like, you know what? Like, what the fuck else am I doing? I'm going down there. I'm gonna see if I can make this work. But it was like the day that they released it was this day where you got like some extra points or something. So I got $125 in cash towards getting more stuff. So that got me like 3 pairs of pants, new pants. Well, I was gonna get stuff for my kid, but my wife had just bought a bunch of shit for my kids, so she's like, buy yourself shit. So, and I never do that. Like, I never buy myself anything. I'm a very, 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 very simple person. Like, all of my clothes come from like estate sales and stuff, and I'm not cheap. Like, I'm not like a cheap miser person at all. I just don't. I like I'd rather spend the money on my daughter or my wife or whatever. I don't require a lot. I like wine and dancing.
Is that wine?
It's beet juice.
Is it grape juice?
It's beet.
Is it fermented?
Yes. It's flavored like cola.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask how the no drinking was going.
Well,
it's going good, right?
I'm not gonna quit drinking at this very moment. My wife's out of town and I can do whatever the fuck I want. So when she gets back, I'll quit.
Oh, when does she get back?
Sunday.
Oh.
Yes.
Days left.
What's up?
You've got a few days left.
It's really an integral part of our healthy relationship having like some time apart. She really likes it and I really like it. So, I mean, this was the first. She went on a week vacation with my sister.
Mm-hmm. With your sister?
Yeah, with my sister who lives in Portland. She's the one who's I was showing the food
Yeah,
tour
I saw that.
Yeah, she's like really good at it, and she works for some other companies, and I was like, why don't you just like try to do it yourself? Like, she was like building the tours for the companies, and I was like, well, why don't you just build your own tours and do it yourself? Because she just has a better stylish eye too, I think. But we'll see if she can make it. It's not the most competitive marketplace, which is pretty good. I mean, you need somebody on the street.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they went to LA for I don't know, like 5 days or something. That was the first time my wife had like been away from my kid.
That's hard.
Yeah. But no, it worked out great. I left having Lenny just for 5 days. Like we just partied.
I would love to just go somewhere for 5 days, like by myself or with a friend or something. Like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to relax. And
you gotta do it.
I don't understand. Although I will be going to eBay Open, probably by myself.
Fuck yeah, you're going to eBay Open, and maybe if Rob isn't such a cheap ass and lists some stuff on the internet, he'll come to eBay Open too.
Where's eBay Open?
Vegas.
It was
Las
in
Vegas?
It was in Vegas last year. I don't. We don't.
I thought
know
that's
yet.
where it is. Like,
well, it was at MGM Grand for like 2 years in a row, but they had that big shooting and all that stuff. So I don't know if they were gonna want to fuck with that. Like, I don't know if they're gonna want to be in Vegas and be associated with that. So they might do it somewhere else. We'll see.
oh,
It's not perfect in Vegas. It's really not. It's better somewhere else.
I really like
California.
Vegas, though.
You like Vegas?
I
Oh
do.
my god.
I do.
I like the swimming pools in Vegas and the sun, but everything else is like.
Although Vegas in July is like hell.
Yeah, it's like somebody's blasting you with like a hair dryer from every direction
It's
all day.
literal hell.
Rob, how are you doing, buddy? We haven't talked in a while.
Good, man. I'm so happy to see that you came back in one piece.
Dude, I've been around the world in 180 days.
Good, man. You didn't go to any state sales down under?
Nothing was good enough to get me out of my my vibe, but there were while I was there because I was there over 2 weekends. There were about 7 estate sales that I was notified about, and
Really?
2 were decent-y, but I couldn't go to them. They were the first weekend I was there. I was out at the beach. So, but what I did is I smuggled in Nintendo Switches, LOL dolls, and Tamagotchis, and yeah, that paid for my flight. Nintendo
Nice.
Switches in Argentina are selling for $7.
What?
Yeah, because
Now, what was I gonna say? Now, when you go down, you hang out city limits, or are you? You said you go. It's outside of Buenos Aires, or
yeah. So Buenos Aires is the city that is the capital of the country, but it's in the province of Buenos Aires as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very, very large province. I think 65% 65 to 75% of the population of all of Argentina lives in that one province.
Okay.
The rest of the country is just like there's very few people. It's very sparsely populated.
South, so it's very.
Almost all the rest of it. The border areas are more saturated, and anywhere that's along a river, a major river. The major rivers are in the north, like the Paraná River. That's in the north.
Okay.
But yeah,
So that's how many people live? How many people live in Argentina? I don't even know
40,
how many.
40.
Oh, that many?
Yeah,
40 million.
it's a big, big, big country, but they just don't have a lot of population centers. So, there's really nowhere for the population to grow into cities. Like they would have to actually develop cities, which they don't seem to want to do. So.
It's funny because I was just on the way home today. I went to the Goodwill bins by me today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in Queens. Well, you ever been to New York or no?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in Queens, New York.
Queens is the shit. I liked Queens.
Yeah, and there's a diner I stop by on the way home sometimes. My friend's a manager. Is that my phone or is that you? No?
Are you on fucking dioxymethylamphetamine substance 9?
What are you talking about?
What are you hearing? You hearing bells ringing and shit?
It's like
no, I hear feedback. No?
I don't hear shit.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, wait. I have to turn. Hold on. I have to turn something down. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, now?
That's good now. So anyway, on the way home, there's a diner I stop by. It's a regular diner, and my friend is a manager there, whatever it is. So I stop by on the way home, and across the street from this diner, it's called Boca Juniors Steakhouse, Argentine Steakhouse, right across the street from there.
No
So
way.
I was like, yeah, and they have like these huge pictures of like the whole place,
That's
of
where
like
they serve the meat on swords and shit.
what?
Yeah, they serve like meat on like huge skewers and shit.
I don't think that's what that. I think that's the Brazilian. I don't think that's the.
Oh, there's
Argentine.
one here by me, and I could have sworn it said it was an Argentinian.
What? What are you asking about?
With the big skewers, I think that's the churrasqueira. That's the Brazilian with the big skewers.
Yeah, the Argentines, they don't use skewers.
Oh, they should.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we have some Brazilian giants over here too.
The quality of Argentine beef would like knock you on your ass. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's actually very political. They, I believe, I could be wrong. You probably obviously know a lot more than I do about this. That they stopped. Like there was one case of mad cow disease like 20 years ago. Then they completely stopped the import of Argentine beef to the U.S. Like you can't get it. There's no way to get it. So what they did was now they will not allow.
Actually, to the contrary, to the contrary. Argentina banned beef imports from the United States because of mad cow disease in the United States.
And then they just retaliated and said
Argentina has never had any sort of like bovine disease. They have huge the density of the cows is like probably 10% of what you would have in the United States. There's just so much flat grasslands.
But I'm saying there's a reason why we don't have Argentine beef in the United States. You can't get it. You can't buy it.
No, because there's a kind of a pseudo embargo because they had a populist government and we don't want to deal with their populist government. Yeah. Argentina, so in order to have a product, if you don't like do trade with the United States, they're not going to import anything with you. Like they're not going to deal with you. So Argentina doesn't want to like play ball. So the United States says, your imports are at the back of the line. So if you want to ship stuff in the country, fill out this.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. Or you could import our petroleum and all this kind of stuff, and then we'll take your exports.
It's funny because when I was at the bins today, I was talking with this Brazilian chick, And it's funny because I know their accents, right? I can look at their face and I can hear their voice. I know they're from Brazil. I went up to the girl and said, "Excuse me, are you from Brazil?" I knew right away. She said, "Oh yeah, blah blah."
The
I could
Brazilian
tell.
accent is very, very distinguished.
Very. So, but especially, yeah, Brazilians speak English. They look very similar. They talk the way the way even the expression, like the intonations. Anyway, she was talking about, because, say how you doing living here, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, you can't go back to Brazil because the cost of living and a lot of things is so high. Because it's hard. Like a lot of things don't get exported. It was complicated. Same kind of thing. It's like imports are extremely high in Brazil.
Yeah, because well, in a mineral and resource-rich country like Brazil, as long as there's production, everybody's
Mhm.
okay. But the population of Brazil is growing so fast
Mhm.
that they can't build production, and production is coming from overseas. But a country like Brazil, like before, like Tramontina, Brazil has tons of ore, like
Mhm.
iron ore, like the other, exotic metal ores and
Metals,
stuff.
yeah.
And they used to send it to China and then buy knives back, and then they changed their economy, and then they changed it back again. I mean, South American political corruption it's different than North American political corruption. So
Yeah,
it's
it's on a whole new
they
level.
don't let the money flow through the economy like they do here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Argentina is going to really be facing they're facing some serious issues now. They're trying to like denationalize a lot of things. And did you know? So I talked about this the other day. The Argentine Navy sunk a Chinese trawler last year. Did you see that?
The only thing I knew about the Argentine Navy was they had a submarine that was disappeared for months or weeks.
Yeah. So way
Did they?
before that,
Okay.
there was a Chinese trawler
Mhm.
in Argentine exclusive fishing waters, deep, deep within their waters. And I think they have like a 7 mile, exclusive zone or whatever it is.
Mhm.
It's like 3 miles, 7 miles. I don't remember what it is. It's your own federal waters. Well, this Chinese boat was like in the middle of it, like
Yeah.
several miles past the border, and they went up to escort it out and try to, according to them, and try to ram one of the military vessels. So they sunk it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then now the submarine is missing. Surprise, surprise.
Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting how things work like that. Now they can't find it.
I wonder
Obviously.
if those things had anything to do with each
With
other.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics is a dirty business, man. Dirty
Definitely.
business.
So the other thing that happens is they're so corrupt. So the government borrows money from the IMF and then steals it and then forms
Mhm.
another government. The IMF is dirty, like the dirtiest guys probably that you can deal with. But the people making the deals with those guys are even dirtier.
Dirtier.
And they've just made so many deals that what happens is they make these deals and then they don't pay, and then they sell the debt to like these vulture funds. They call them the buitres, the vulture funds,
Mhm.
and they just come after them wherever they have money to try to get the money.
Now they have a new president, right?
They try to use international law to get that money back. What?
Now they have the woman, she's gone, right? The president,
Kirscher.
they have a new president. She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. So her running, her kind of like successor would have been Scioli, and Scioli was like a senator in the populist movement, but Macri, who was the mayor of the city of Buenos Aires,
Mhm.
he was the mayor of the city. He went from the mayor of the city of Buenos Aires to the presidency in this really weird, like coup d'état kind of thing. And so they took over the government. The government was huge because it's a socialist government. The town that my wife is in, it's the capital of the province.
Mhm.
So Buenos Aires is in the province of Buenos Aires, but La Plata is the capital of the province.
Yeah,
so
it
there's
kind
a
of
lot of
reminds me.
government there. There's a lot of government, a lot of government services, and people have to go there from the rural areas to get the government services.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 of my wife's friends work for the government in some capacity.
Yeah, it's funny. It's kind of the way you're describing. It's kind of like New York City is inside of New York State, but Albany is the government capital of. It's not the of the state.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
not
slightly different because these are actual legal capitals. Like New York is just like a financial capital.
No, I mean, but that's that's exactly my point. Is that New York City is not the capital of New York State.
Nope.
Albany is. So it's kind of like this.
Albany gets that money.
Yeah, but Albany's got I would tell you some other stuff, but there's ladies listening to the show right now about Albany.
This lady, what are you getting all lady about? What does that mean?
No, I don't like to talk about certain things with ladies there.
Ladies,
you're welcome. What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, you act so weird sometimes.
Who, me? I'm weird?
Yeah.
Coming from you? That's a pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, but like, I'm weird in a cute way. You're weird in a weird way.
Cute way.
So you think. So you think.
There's a lady. I can't talk about it.
No, I gotta tell you a funny story, right?
This lady was born and raised.
Before you tell me a funny story, I want to hear how the Loro Piana deal went.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm talking about. Loro Piana.
Well, how's it going?
So
tell us.
I think the last time I spoke with you, I had a woman, like all of a sudden I just started getting cha-chings, like ba-bing, 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 whatever. And so wait, hold on, I gotta look up my power. Okay.
Stop talking so much and get to the fucking point.
So she messages me, and she's like, "Oh, I want to buy like a dozen of them." And I think that's where I left off. Where I was like, "Should I?"
No, like you didn't want to send them. So tell me what happened in the end. I don't want to hear any of except for the end.
So she came to the prices on each individual one, and then I did the whole big deal. Big deal.
He can't.
What?
Just tell me what happened. Like how much did you make?
Let him tell you what color pants he was wearing.
I know, like what the fuck, dude? I don't want to hear your fucking life story. I want to hear what happened.
All right, we did a sale, and she wanted. Okay, that's it. Done. All right, done.
No, you don't want to hear. Did you make great money on it?
Yeah, of course.
You made great money on it because you listed that shit because we bothered you.
Do you still have some left, or did you sell all of it?
Well, now I have one sweater coming back because she claims it has a hole in it. So, but look,
that's okay.
So
it probably does, though. At this point, like if she took all those other ones and paid for all of them, then you probably did. That's what I would think. At least I'd be like, well,
you'll still make money or break even on the one that has a fucking hole in it.
Totally.
Oh, easy. Yeah, I'll fix the hole. Whatever is it? That one was Brunello Cucinelli.
Beautiful. Cucinelli.
Beautiful green, like it's like a what do they call, like a polo style
with like buttons on the collar. Paradise.
But now now I gotta tell you this. I picked up this is what I gotta talk to you about. I picked up the boots.
I picked up the boots.
Lucchese.
The Lucchese boots. I saw
you were the one.
Today.
Oh, really? Yeah. But now, which were they?
Some like low boots, like soft leather low boots, like kind of engineer style boots.
Oh, an engineer does well. Now, I don't know if the engineer does well with Lucchese. I mean, you got north or south of 100? North of 100?
Like 140, maybe. I think
okay. If I get 140 for these boots, forget it. I told you there was the lady. Remember a month ago, I asked you. I said, "Look, let's go online," and then you looked at the listing with everybody there. You know, remember you did the screenshot, whatever it was,
Mhm.
and you're like click 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 click. Those look like Lucchese boots right there, like in the corner, like you know they're in the you know that's how you know when you're a state sale junkie, when you could tell in the corner of the room, you're like, oh my god, I just found
I'm not a
and it looks
junkie. I'm an intelligent businessman.
all right. Oh, I did. Oh, I love doing that with the
Say
content.
it. Say it.
Intelligent businessman. Ich
Thank
bin
you.
eine.
Schneiden, Freinen.
Yeah. So the lady wanted ridiculous money for them. When I got there, she wanted hundos for them, and I was like, you know, forget about it. So then I gave her my number.
Do it again.
What? Which one?
Forget about it. Do it again.
I told her to forget about it. So
Forget about it. Let's do a lesson really quick. Let's do a forget about it lesson.
Can he tell his story that you wanted him to tell?
I want to do a forget about it.
on the Lucchese boots.
Please. I want to hear.
I didn't ask you about
You got to show. What I'm asking you is, I want to know how you measure the bottoms, like, because I know you put measurements on shoes, right?
I don't buy shoes that don't have a size on them.
Well, two of them I bought. Anyway, make a long story short, I bought 4 pairs. Okay, 2 of them were custom, so they don't have a size. They say something executive something on the bottom. They're custom. The ostrich ones, and the one that was ostrich, and the ostrich. How do you say it? Ostrich? Ostrich?
Ostrich.
There's no R in the beginning, so it is ostrich.
Oysters. Oysters.
Oyster.
Oysters.
So
they're oyster boots.
but the other ones were regular, plain.
Awesome.
They weren't exotic. They were just regular. The other
No, the ones I sold today were just like run of the mill, very basic, but older, worn in, but no crack leather. You know, the leather was like old, but like really, really well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Ankle, like more mid calf boot, not full boots, half boots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta. So yeah, now I gotta get those listed. Those boots.
And when will you do that? Pray tell.
Soon. I gotta list. I have a whole lot of. I just bought a whole lot of suits, so I gotta list more suits.
Yeah, but are you getting some more? Are things going better for you?
Yeah, actually not bad. It wasn't. I mean, you know, when you get a nice hit, you know, when you know.
Don't stop. Keep fucking going, you dirtbag. Don't be like, oh, I got a couple of dollars over here. Forget about it. I'm gonna go get some burgers and shit. Get to work, motherfucker.
What's wrong with you tonight, man?
He said he's salty. He already he's salty tonight.
Dude, you should. Well, I don't know if you saw the last show I was on. I was salted.
Were you?
You did. I didn't know you did more live shows.
You're way saltier tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
It's because Rob's here and he's full of shit.
No, you were salty earlier. Even you're just in a salty mood.
That's one thing about me. I'm never full of shit. Never.
Corey's not full of shit. He's just salty. He's just ornery.
I feel ornery tonight. Well, I ate some mushrooms, so.
That's why.
I asked if you were high, and you said no.
No, I'm like like in a saute, like a sautéed mushrooms, like the white
Portobello?
Ones. Yeah, no, I think Agaricus bisporus.
Oh, so you said you wanted to ask me something. Now, what were you going to ask me? You said, oh, let's play a game or something. What was that?
What?
You said you got to ask. Like, look, let me ask you something.
Oh yeah, forget about it. So I wanted to connect with the audience and the future audience, and really, if they got this far into this show, which probably happens, will probably happen like 1 in 1,000 times, and 1,000 people will probably ever watch this video. So, one person will actually see this, other than the 9 people who are watching it now. But let's do a forget about it, like a lesson about how to properly use forget about it and how to say it right.
Forget about it. Well, if you say forget about it, like Like, what do you mean? Like, what does it mean?
Like if I was like, I'm gonna go get some grape juice, forget about it.
No, you wouldn't say that.
Exactly. So I want the proper usage of it. That's what you see.
No, you. If I was telling you a story and then you said to me, Rob, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'd say, I'll forget about it. Or you could say, forget about it. Oh, you would say, forget about it. Like, if let's say you say, oh, did you see that woman walking down the street? Oh my God, forget about it. Like, forget. Don't even talk about it because she's so beautiful. Why even bother? Forget about it.
Yeah, but what's the alternate use?
You got a few different uses.
Well, it's like
what?
This woman. She comes over. She wants me to sell her these boots for $50. Forget about it.
Forget it. I don't say sometimes. I don't say forget about it. I just say, oh, forget it. We got different.
Yeah, but
we got different.
same, like it's this.
We have a different dialect. On Long Island, we have different, than people from other areas. Yeah,
Rob, you should dye your hair like some weird color, like purple.
I was gonna dye it blonde.
Purple.
Purple nurple. Oh, who's this? Somebody came here?
Hi there. Hello? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a ballroom.
Please don't.
That I saw them in concert.
We see you, but we can't hear you. You're mute.
Sorry, I was getting everything set up because I was muting everything and trying to.
Oh,
I'm learning.
You're very smart and considerate, unlike everyone else on this channel, myself included.
Hey, I want somebody to teach me how to do it on my phone, but maybe next time. But yeah, I was trying to figure it out before I jumped in.
What's the word on the street?
Oh, I just wanted to jump in on your clothes. Actually, maybe your estate sales. I went to one this weekend, and I was going through the estate sale map, and I sell vintage electronics, and I'm going through looking at the VCRs and doing my research on which ones they've got because I'm pretty much ungated in all of them through Amazon. And I see a Super NES, and this is a 7,000 square foot house. So I'm like, oh my gosh, telling my husband, you have to go. We have to go, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, we'll see about that.
You went, you bought it, or you just saw it on the pictures?
So I saw it on the pictures, and I'm sorry, I'm turning it off on my phone. I saw it on the pictures, and I was so excited. I'm like, I'm going to get there when they open. And I did. I got there when they opened. And I'm like, when you go to estate sales, you have to know what room it's in. So I'm like, where's the game room in this house, right?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't just a Super NES. There was PlayStation 2. There were some other ones, but that was the most vintage. And so I run upstairs, and I'll be damned if this guy didn't have it in the box, standing right in front of the TV. I missed it by like 10 seconds. I was so mad.
But what sticker did they have on it?
I didn't even see it because he was holding on to the box. Like, he was not letting go of that box. He knew what he had, so he was not letting go of that box.
Well, the thing is, in the beginning is when you go to the estate sales early, the big problem is, especially with video games. That's why I don't go anywhere near video games, because guess what? You go there, they're gone, and if they have them there, they want so much money for them that they leave you no money to make money.
They had the PlayStation 2 like in the box, not new, but still with the box and everything for $75, which isn't bad, on a resale, like a local.
It's pretty bad.
It's not bad on a local. It's bad on eBay. Okay, give me the looks. But.
Wait, what do you mean they were asking $75 for the PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It wasn't moving.
Asking?
It wasn't moving, so it was going to be there on Sunday if I'd have went back, but I didn't go back because
I wouldn't even pay $35 for that.
Like $200 and something there, but I didn't buy any electronics. I bought all vintage clothes. I bought a gunny sack.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Like
black
a prom
and white.
dress or like a prairie dress?
A prom dress. It's actually, I found the exact comps on it for $80. So
Girl,
mine's
prom
got,
dresses are hot right now.
yeah, mine's got a cigarette burn in it, but it's really small.
Doesn't even matter. I have sold prom dresses that have stains and tears. People don't care. They're wearing them to fucking parties where they're gonna get drunk and spill their own shit on it. They don't care.
That's the plan. So
I wouldn't even worry about it. Just point it out and sell it. It'll sell for the same price as the other one. I guarantee it.
well,
Especially if it's big and ugly. Is it real big and ugly? Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, that's
I'm big and ugly.
it's got the big plaid flower on the and it's a one shoulder.
Ooh, yes.
Nice.
Who buys that?
I don't know, but like it just freaks me out that people buy prom dresses, like old weird prom dresses.
They're having like 80s parties and shit, or 90s parties.
Or ugly prom dress parties.
Mm-hmm.
That freaks me out too.
Who are these people?
They don't wear Loro Piana, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they're not wearing your Loro Piana sweaters.
Loro
Sorry.
Piana. Dude, I got a Barbie Polaroid today. Have you guys seen have you seen Barbie Polaroid cameras? They're like neon pink and
They
green.
don't sell for as much as you'd think, but yes, I've sold 3 of them.
A Barbie?
No, but they're really hard to find, and if you can actually find one in the package, like new, it's worth a lot of money, like $190+ out of the package, 30 to 50 maybe, but they're just you've seen how much Polaroid I get. Polaroid all the time.
Portland is fucking cool. Every time I come to Portland, I come home with 4 Polaroids. Easy.
I bought 7 Polaroid cameras today, and I sold 3 racks of Polaroid film today, like in the original cases from the 70s, like with the little hang tags. Dude, you can't even use that film anymore. Maybe they use it in movies or something, but like it's been expired since 1979, but the look of the package is awesome. So I don't know. Like things that are in retail packaging from the earlier eras, it sells for crazy money. I sold imagine like there's sunglasses on a piece of cardboard that's stick on a shelf. I had like 10 of them, but they were all the same, and they were from like the 80s, and I have 2, maybe I have two sleeves of them left, but a single sleeve sold for like $150. Somebody bought the whole sleeve for like $150. So the only thing I can think of is that they're using it for props or something, because
I used to work for a promotional company, so we used to print people's logos on products. And I worked very closely with a props production department that did movies and TV shows, and they often, when they weren't able to find an original of something, they would have us recreate products to look like they were vintage products. So they're absolutely trolling eBay, and they have huge warehouses.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
They have products like up to the rafters that anytime they're like, okay, we have a scene that has, vintage cameras in it. So they have like a section of the room that they go to, and it's like, okay, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s. Okay, so here's the 80s items, and you just pick your item that works within your time frame. Like, I wanted to go and see the area where the person I worked with did all of this stuff, but they were in LA and I was in San Francisco at the time. So, but it's super cool, and they just have access to like all this stuff.
So I went to one of these, supposed to be an estate sales, but it was like the lady has a business unit basically, and she does buyouts, and she had really cool oyster plates. Are y'all familiar with the oyster plates?
Yep.
So some of them, have a really good value on them, and she had some really nice ones. And I went to go look, and she ended up having this statue, and I posted it on my Instagram. I can't find it right now, but it was a picture of it's a statue of a monkey holding a human head. And and it's Darwin. It says he's sitting on a Darwin book, and so she actually had the original. But I went onto eBay to try and find comps, and there were so many reproductions of it that I couldn't find the originals even.
How do you know yours original?
She actually had all the paperwork with it, and then the stamp on the bottom of it. So I mean, I didn't know 100%, but just even going to look to see if it was the original, there were so many replicas made of it that it wasn't even worth purchasing whether it was original or not, because I could go buy a replica for $20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but collectors don't want replicas.
Yeah.
Picasso's are the most sought after paintings in the world, and they are the most replicated because they are the most desirable. So,
But
like,
it's like,
if you find the original of something that's highly replicated, like, that is what you want. Definitely.
but then you have to have that market for it, and I guess I don't have that
There's
market.
definitely a market for it. If there's a huge market for replicas, the market for the real thing is even greater.
Yeah.
It would be finding it, and I guess like I'm trying to branch out, but electronics are my thing, so getting into these vintage stuff is definitely new.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a I walk into a place and I'm like, okay, I need to find 100 items that are worth $40 and try to figure out how to get those for the best price. That's kind of like my model, because I don't walk in if there's a specific item that I really want, and I walk in and like I'm not going to go try to find that item if I'm surrounded by items of value. So you don't want to get blindsided by some kind of single item, and you might not realize that the house is actually full of all kinds of other amazing discounts and values.
Yeah,
So
the same thing. Oyster.
This happened to me like this summer. I went to this estate sale too. It was one of the few estate sales where it's like, okay, I want that. It's a great price. There's one company here in Portland, they put the price on things and then they take the pictures after. So it was like a commercial of Vitamix and it was like $22 or something. And they sell for like $200. So there was a bunch of other stuff in the sale, and it's like the guy in front of me like just ran to it to pick it up and take it out of there. And it's like I looked around, like it discouraged me, but then I started looking around the house and I found a box of 100 Shure needles, and the entire box they sold to me for $5, and I've made like I don't know, like $3,000 on that box of they're Shure. The guy like had a record store or something, had a case of Shure needles from the late 70s. And if I just like gave up and left because of that, I wouldn't have found that case, and I wouldn't have made like $2,000, which was way more than I would have made from the
Expected.
Vitamix. And
Yeah.
no one knew it was there. No one knew it was there.
I try and get something that's gonna pay for my entire like purchase. Like I posted on my Instagram, I bought all this brass because I'm trying to learn brass, and I bought a toilet bowl, the flapper remove, the metal flapper thing. They had that for $1. Well, that resells on Amazon for 35, and then all the brass I got was like a basket for $25. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get all this, and it's gonna pay for that just with the flapper. So I try not to leave with stuff, but I
Like
don't know.
brass what? Like brass monkey?
Kind of like,
What kind of brass?
Like
Funky monkey.
I found
Oh, brass monkey.
I found a
There's two types of brass. If you
I
sell
found a
brass,
bell. Huh?
if you sell brass, there are two types of brass, and they have different values. There's yellow brass and there's red brass. Yellow brass is like decorative brass, and red brass is like much stronger industrial brass. And red brass is like, I don't know, worth quite a bit more per pound.
So what's the difference between brass and bronze?
Not much. all bronze is brass. But not all brass is bronze.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I don't know. You're talking about turlets, so I don't know.
Like
Who's it? Who's in the
red
chat?
brass, the very strong red brasses are getting into the bronze range. But
Okay.
bronze just has a shitload more copper in it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, I get
bronze is an alloy between copper and
it.
tin.
Copper and zinc is what it says.
Copper and zinc.
Sorry, I'm on Google because I had to look it up.
I thought it was tin.
Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc. Bronze is a metal alloy consisting of primarily of copper.
Yeah.
With tin as the main additive. So
Yeah,
bronze
so
is
there you
tin,
go.
brass is zinc.
Bronze has tin in it, though.
Yeah. So that means it's magnetic, right?
No.
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 Tin's not magnetic.
No, tin is not magnetic. Only the ferrous metals are magnetic. Manganese, iron, and cobalt, I think, are magnetic. There might be one more, but I don't think any other ones are magnetic. Yeah. So I didn't realize brass was tin. I thought it could. I mean, zinc. I thought it could be tin as well.
We learned something new today.
But now, what kind of you're looking for? Decorative brass? Is that what you're looking for? Like a statue or something like that?
I got candlesticks and some. One of them's like a bird of some kind. One of them's a bell. I don't know. It was really kind of one of those things. Like, I know this is all brass crap, and I'm gonna figure out what this crap is and try and sell this crap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what we do, right?
What about the silver? You ever make money with silver plate?
I never.
I don't buy silver plate. I don't think silver plate's really worth it.
Lead is $2 a pound right now. By the way, there's like a high global demand for lead, and $2 a pound for I've walked into houses that they like fishing stuff and all with buckets, 5-gallon buckets of lead.
Those
that
lead
were
things?
50 pounds a piece, and you could basically lead is you can't do anything. What do you like? You can recycle lead.
Bullets.
What else? Exactly. But I mean, I don't think Goodwill will accept lead as donations.
Yeah, well, you gotta be careful because lead is poisonous. So you get sick from lead.
Lead is poisonous, certainly.
You know, you can't really.
If lead is covered, lead oxide, ironically, is not poisonous. It's the metallic lead that's poisonous. So it's not shiny. It's not poisonous.
It's not like a
it
bullet.
oxidizes very rapidly. Yep.
Like a bullet. Well, bullets, they're not poisonous, but guess what? Boom,
Fuck
boom,
yeah,
you know.
bullets are poisonous. What are you serious, dude? That's why bullets fucking kill people.
Bullets
Even
for breakfast.
way after. Yeah, dude.
That's like uranium glass. You can still sell it.
Uranium glass is not toxic though, because uranium glass is made of a very low yellow it's radioactive, but it's not deadly.
It's still registered, but it still registers as radioactive.
So does your head. Everything's radioactive.
Ask Workman's Comp about that. They said that 13 years in wireless created seizure activity.
What does that have to do? Wait, I thought we were talking about uranium glass.
No, about how things in the world, like small things in the world, are going to create these big things going on, make you sick and die. It's not going to happen.
Nah, I believe in life. I don't believe in sickness and death.
Well, it believes in you.
What?
It believes in you.
Yeah.
Who's in the chat? Who's in the bot? Who's in the box? Who's left?
Lauren
Ten people?
at Coal City.
I don't know how to view the chat.
You need to have
You
two
have to pop
screens.
out the chat and move it onto the side. So you have to
Okay.
like mute your shit and then go into the actual YouTube thing, and then if you click on the little 3 bars, you can pop out the chat, and it becomes like a new window, and you put it on the side. That's what I do anyway. It's probably what everyone does because they're cool like me. Mal, what's going on? Come live on the internet and show us.
Mal
your
said she
face.
was shopping earlier.
I know Mal is always like doing something late at fucking night. It's like midnight in Oklahoma, and she's like, "Yes, I'm at Home Depot at 11 o'clock. I'm getting some plants."
And I'm on the way to Planet Fitness.
Yes, I'm gonna go get some plants, and then we're gonna go to Planet Fitness.
I got to get a few reps in.
Dude, I'm getting reps in.
You're getting
I'm
jacked.
looking good. I'm feeling good this year, Rob.
Good, man. I'm happy for you because guess what? I already cheated on my diet like 100 times. So.
Fuck your diet. You need a lifestyle that fucking makes sense.
A
You
lifestyle.
know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need a diet. You need a lifestyle that makes sense and makes you happy. Fuck diets.
Yeah,
right?
but when I go on my diet, when I
go on my diet, I only eat bagels twice a week.
yeah. You never had a bagel from over here, so you know.
Over here. Forget about it.
Oh God, New
Forget
York,
about
New
it.
Jersey bagels.
Forget about it.
You
Right?
can't
Tell them
beat
how
it.
good bagels are.
You cannot beat it. They literally don't exist on the West Coast. It's the
How
water.
about this? How about this? A bagel with 3 fried eggs, sausage,
3
melted
fried
cheese.
eggs?
Sausage.
So I came in here. I was looking for a heart attack. You got a heart attack? He says, forget about it.
And you put on there salt, pepper, and ketchup. Have a nice day.
Salta?
Okay.
Right?
That used to
Right?
be my breakfast when I was going to school, but not 3 eggs. That's
3
insanity.
That's a lot of eggs.
A
3
bagel,
eggs.
3
Except I was in New Jersey, so we had Taylor ham or pork roll, which Long Island doesn't usually get that. It's more of a New
Those
Jersey
both
thing.
sound disgusting.
Pork roll? Oh my God. It's amazing.
Pork roll?
It's
You know
so
about-
good.
Cotton
You know about
candy,
German food?
sweet as gold. Let me
What did we
see
talk
your
about?
porky roll.
Do I know about
They
German?
fry down in the South.
Taylor, did I ask you about? I think we had this conversation already. You know what labor case is?
Yes, and I don't like it.
Okay, we had this conversation. And I was driving past that other place, but I went to the diner instead of the other place. You never had labor case, all right?
Shut the fuck up.
There's a really nice German place here that sells all that kind of stuff, but I'm not a fan of that particularly.
Gabagoo. Mouse says gabagoo. Now what the hell is gabagoo? I'm gonna die over here.
I miss New Jersey bagels though.
They're good.
Gabagoo.
You can't
Bagels are the
replicate
best.
that water. It's the water.
But like you said,
What about Bay Gabagool?
ugh.
You tried.
Now, I was going to ask something about California, West Coast.
I was gonna ask you something about California. Hey, you got marmots out there?
You got what? Vomit?
Marmots.
Ball pits?
Tar pits? They do have tar pits at La Brea.
What do you want to know if we have out here?
They
Something
want
else
to know
you
if
asked
we have
about California.
gabagool. He wants to know if
Oh,
we have
you know,
over here. He's like,
something
over
about
here. Do you have gabagool over here?
Something about, the thrift stores, vintage clothing. Do you remember back?
No.
Let's go. I'll think back to 1989, right? You remember
was
those
4.
pants?
Boys to men,
Okay.
ABC.
Yes. Remember those pants? It said Skids, and they had.
Definitely back
You don't
again.
you don't remember those pants?
I was a baby.
Look, here, go Google it real fast. Type in SKIDZ, skids pants, and do images.
Rob,
Oh my god.
Rob, you're boring me right now.
Those are terrible.
What?
Rob,
didn't know
I came
that's- I
here to
didn't
be
know that-
entertained, and you're boring me.
I'm sorry that you don't want to participate in the conversation.
Will you
that's going
screen
on.
share that shit so we can see what you're seeing?
Yeah, I probably can. Let's see.
Didn't we call those hammer pants?
No,
those are not
those
hammer
were
pants.
Z Cavaricis.
No, that's not Z Cavarici.
MC Hammer wore Z Cavaricis.
Am I
bro.
sharing now?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
look
didn't
at that.
see
Looks
this shit.
dope.
Yeah, that looks
Those
like
are-
Krillin when he was 9.
So these are. So I didn't know what these were called. I've seen them.
Oh,
No, go back to picture
Those-
2. Picture 2. Can we go full screen on picture 2?
I can try. Oh, it's a really
Oh,
small picture.
mother!
There
Oh
you go.
shit!
Zoom in.
those are not it.
Screech
not
wore that shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
those
this
are
is the-
Saved by the Bell. Those are
Saved by
not.
the
Yeah,
Bell.
that's Screech shit. Do you think
Those have
Screech
the
made those
elastic
pop-
waistband,
God damn
not a
it,
drawstring. Look
Krillin,
at those.
do you think-
Oh, look how beautiful those other ones.
Rob!
Look at this.
Quiet!
Look. Oh, these are overalls. Look, he has overalls.
No, dude. Do you think what was the guy? Was it nerdy guy from Saved by the Bell? What's his name?
Screech Powers.
Do you think Screech made those popular?
No,
Uh,
those are not the ones. Those
no.
are different pants.
Dude, Screech definitely wore those.
No, he wore the other ones, not these, not skids.
Jams? Because they were jams.
Dude, those pants up there are dope. Look at those.
That's terrible.
Those
No,
are
up higher.
chef pants, you idiot.
You
That was
bunghole.
really oh my god. Oh,
That's
Rob.
dope. Look, oh, look,
Rob.
those are.
Rob,
Can you buy?
if you weren't so damn lazy, I
Why
love
would you
those.
say I'm lazy?
I would like to purchase those. Can you get? Help me. Go back.
Yeah,
I want to
let's
buy those. The ones that you're
The
just
Fresh
splashing.
Prince of Bel-Air has them
Let's
on.
go. Back. No,
Oh, here
no,
we go.
stop. Wait,
Oh.
you're going forward. I need you to go back to those
Those are
pants.
dope. Those are dope.
Oh, these are kids.
God,
Oh no.
I was like, why are they only $10? Because they're kids'
I
pants.
want though. I want real ones though. I don't
Oh,
want
look
this
who it is.
bullshit,
Oh, where is she?
Dude,
Is she at Home
dude.
Depot?
dude.
What? No, I missed the Home Depot closed early today. But I
Home
was digging the
Depot
Boys
closed
to
early.
Men. I was singing that with you, Corey.
Boys to men, that's creepy.
It is creepy. But those pants are creepy. They're not. I don't know why you think they're tight.
What? Those are
Those
dope.
pants.
Maybe
Skids?
people had really big butts in the 80s. They were self-conscious about their butts, and then they wore
People were.
skids.
Maybe.
People used to be very in the 80s and 90s. They were very subconscious about. That's why they came out with that song "Baby Got Back" because
And maybe it was a PR move that he made. Like he was in cahoots with some of these jean companies. That's a pretty smart move.
Or
And
maybe
there.
he just liked big butts.
that's-
That's it.
Have you guys ever seen the universe?
What?
I'm just making fun of Mal. Mal, it's lovely to see you. How are you doing?
Lovely to see you. I'm good. I'm stressed out a little bit.
Why? Would you like to meditate for a moment with me?
We could. Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't really make for very entertaining content.
Yeah, but it makes it. Who cares? Let's do it.
But
Let's
here
do it
he
together.
is
Ready?
getting shit for us researching something. But here we're gonna watch them meditate for 5 minutes.
Just 1 minute. We're gonna meditate for 1 minute while I mute you.
Okay.
Mute you, and I mute. Mute.
So are we closing our eyes and meditating?
Yeah, we're gonna. God damn it. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. I gotta take it. I'm gonna do
I
this.
can't.
Ready? No. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. Let's close our eyes. Let's close our eyes. Right? Are your eyes closed?
Yeah.
Mine are too. Okay. So we're gonna think about what the world would be like without war. We're just gonna think about that for like 1 minute, like, but really deeply, what the world would be like without war. Imagine that. What the world would be like without war. And just think about it for just 1 minute. What the world would be like without war. And that's it. You see?
Mel
That's
was
how you
like
get
digging
there,
through
right?
his
You
glove
just think for
compartment.
1 minute what the world would be like without war. Hopefully somebody practiced that exercise as well.
Mal was like digging for her cigarettes the whole time. She was
Mal, you
meditating
smoke
real
cigarettes
hard.
at the gym?
Fucking terrible. Like, I was trying.
No. I was thinking about it.
While
No,
she was
you
looking
weren't,
for
because you were
cigarettes.
looking for a fucking cigarette.
While thinking about warless world.
She's like, whatever it was that you
No.
said.
It's not warless. It's a world without war. Imagine that.
Right, and this could be inner war, like
Imagine all the people living for today. Woo-hoo. Like that.
Yes. No, that
Yeah.
actually calms you down. It really does when you have anxiety. I swear.
I'm serious. Like, imagining like the possibilities of peace and coexistence, and understanding that those possibilities are real. Yeah, those can be those kind of things can bring peace to a lot of people, because
Then you open your eyes.
it's the truth.
Slam back into the world that's full of bullshit and death and destruction.
Yeah.
Just slam right back into it.
There's nothing wrong with death. Death is part of life. We all live and we all die, and we all.
Oh, come on, don't go there.
Go where?
Oh, we're gonna die, and then blah blah blah. How to do?
I said we're all born and we will all die, our physical forms, but I mean, I think we have some power over our consciousness that we don't understand. So, whatever.
Do you believe in after or like that reincarnation?
I just believe that we're part of this crazy energy vortex, and like we're appearing as we are now, and like we can make choices and interact with it, but at some point we'll rejoin whatever it is and become something else later. I don't know if that's considered like reincarnation, because that something else could be like a square on a wall of a thing that doesn't exist. It's like, for me, like, existence is very like, it's unexplainable, and the human mind is like a computer, like this binary, like our brain is like blinking and like creating what we're seeing around ourselves in some capacity. Other people are involved, but like, how could we ever perceive anything without it coming from us? Because our brain's inside of us. If it's not out there, then how could we ever gain the things that we do gain? So there has to be some kind of like source of information, I think. Oh, dude, I just like, I'm sorry. I don't know where the fuck that came from.
I mean, I'd say experience is how we see things. Like our experience is what shapes our perception. But on the same token, where does the like the initial inaugural sort of thing come from?
Well, we have like a hive mind. So like, you learn to walk not by instinct. You learn to walk by watching other people walk, and you learn to speak by listening to other people speak. So, your consciousness, your earthly consciousness is certainly a product of your development. It has to be, but there's also another part of consciousness that is outside of that, I think. So,
Like
I don't know.
spirituality sort of thing.
I don't know what.
I don't know what it is. I know.
I
What
don't
you're talking
believe in
about.
I don't believe that I have an individual spirit that's different than yours, Mal. I believe that
I agree.
I believe that you and I share the same spirit.
Yeah.
If that's what you call it. Like I don't
Ooh.
call it that because it's just not a word that I don't like the word spirit because it's not, I don't know. Root is probably better for me, but
I think of spirituality as being the same thing as creativity or something. It's just like something above us that's like where the hell does it come from? Like honestly, it's like it kind of, I think what you were alluding to, maybe, I don't know.
well,
It's
there's a
just
fountain that was made not by the likes of men.
indeed.
There is a fountain.
So how's those Laura Pianas? And I know I'm saying it wrong.
Loro
How are
Piana.
Loro Piana.
Loro Piana.
Gabagool.
And she bought everything. She bought almost everything.
She bought it all.
She bought everything. And then I sold I had the jacket. But she didn't want the jacket for some reason. The Roadster jacket.
Did you pull a Corey and to tap into that relationship for future? Like, I think that's one of the, I've learned a lot actually from Corey, believe it or not. And that's like one of the things, like developing these good relationships with customers, like how important that is. And I totally overlooked that.
She was good.
Is she interested in anything specifically? Maybe.
Yeah, she bought another. I had another very expensive suit that she bought for me. Very expensive, but then I'm like, sorry.
Not Laura Piana.
No, Loro Piana really doesn't make suits. They make more just outerwear and sweaters. That's what their main thing is. And they actually, you'll see, they make fabric for suits. They have a fabric mill where you'll see a suit, you'll open it up and it will say Loro Piana fabric, but that's just the fabric that the suit maker used to make the suit. But they don't design suits. But this other one was another brand that's very expensive. I'll probably never find it again. Cesare Attolini. Very hard to find. I got lucky that I found it. I didn't expect to find it. It was one of those estate sales. Corey will tell you about these. Once in a while, you'll go in and there's just nobody there for whatever reason. And I walked into the enormous, the most beautiful walk-in closet, and it was a whole rack of suits. And then boom, 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 I took the whole thing. Have a nice day.
That's awesome. I don't know. I know you guys all sell different. I don't know if is Corey still here. He's not. But you guys all seem to sell unique pieces. And I was just kind of curious because we're all somewhat around the same age. Is it more about how you guys have learned, or is it instinctual? How you guys find such good unique things that are older? I don't know.
I think it's a mixture. I mean, for me at least, I grew up learning about vintage stuff and having a house that was full of vintage. So I have a little bit of knowledge from that, and then it just kind of snowballed from that, I think. And then it takes time to hone it though. Just because you're familiar with one aspect of a particular product, it takes time to really hone in on learning an overall knowledge base on certain things.
It seems that way. And Thrift Love Sell has just kind of I feel like she's just from Instagram. I haven't seen her on there in a while, but she just seems to have a knack for it though.
Thrift Love Sell. She's talking about Lorena, I think is her name.
I don't follow her.
I think I'm bad. I'm bad with names.
She's the one that got me into brass.
Yeah, she's all she just knows so much about so many things. It's But like Corey seems to also just have like an eye for it. I feel for like weird, or I don't know.
I'm surrounded by weird shit too, so I mean that's
Is
part
that
of it.
Portland?
Yeah, Portland's fucking weird.
Portland thing. That's awesome.
But I think the more time, like the more you're out there looking, you know, every time you're out there looking at things and looking things up, you're gaining little tiny bits of knowledge. Even if you don't think you are, it's stored somewhere in your head, and you'll see something and it'll click and you'll go, I saw that somewhere. Maybe you don't remember where you saw it or what it was, but it's enough to make you go, I should look that up because it's something that I feel could possibly be. And then you look it up and you see it's like a, you know, crazy thing, and you go, whatever it was, it's stuck in my head enough for me to, you know, remember that little tiny bit of information. At least that's how my brain works. I may not remember why it's important or who I heard it from, but it's enough of a nugget of information that I'm able to hold on to it and, you know, access it when I need it.
I trend to the uncommon, you know, like I go to like all these sales and all these stores and all these things over so many years, and like I'm looking for like things that are uncommon and unusual and meet like the fashion demand. And when I say fashion demand, I'm like, you know, fashion, not just clothing, but the fashion of like style in people's homes and stuff like that too. So I always like scientifically oriented stuff because that stuff just never goes out of style. It's always kind of like interesting.
I also follow a ton of people on Instagram that are people that I aspire to have, you know, kind of part of what they do with their business, or, you know, whatever their style is, at least for clothing. You know, when I talk about vintage clothing, there's a lot of vintage clothing sellers that I follow that I just adore, and I want to see what they're selling. I want to see what keywords they use for things. I want to see, you know, who their clientele is. So I follow them and I try to emulate the parts of their business that I feel would work for me. And I have learned so much just from that.
Now, your Instagram page is just for the business, or it's a personal? What does it look like?
A little bit of both. It started off as a strict business account, but it's morphed into a personal / business / reselling advice and just random bullshit, because I don't sell much on Instagram anymore. So I just use it to talk about reselling, and but also, you know, my life and whatever people might find interesting.
Well, because it's all
like
intermingled, right? And everyone works from home. I love watching people's inventory. Like that's like my pornography, because I'm such a mess. And so like seeing people, how they have things set up, and like Corey, also like Corey's so big on like workflow and like efficiency, I guess.
Some people keep their stuff really segregated and they don't post personal stuff ever, and I don't like that personally. I don't like following people who are just like business, because like sometimes I like to just scroll through my page and be like, oh man, that person's a real person. Look, they have kids and they're on vacation, or, you know, look what they made for dinner, that looks really cool. Like my business and my personal life are very intermingled, so I like watching other people that kind of have that same. And just like I don't follow a lot of people with strict personal accounts, because I also don't want to see nothing but pictures of your kids. Like I like a balance. So that's kind of why I do what I do, because that's what I like to see when I'm following people.
Yeah. I've learned a lot by like, if I look up something that's kind of rare, unique, and I find somebody that just like made so much money, I love like looking at their eBay stores. It's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of maybe stalkery, but just like seeing the shit that they find, especially like in my area. If I find somebody that's like a good, because Oklahoma is so weird. I mean, it's not like but there's things here that are like kind of cool. Like
one of the greatest tips that I got from Nicole was, when you're trying to find comps on something, or if you're trying to look something up, don't just look on eBay in sold listings. Narrow it down to people in your area. See what people in your area are finding. Because just because, like, for instance, you know, the brand Vineyard Vines, we never find that out here. Like, once in a blue moon. It's not a Pacific Northwest brand. So it's not something that I'm going to find very often. So when
Yeah,
someone does
you
a
would
haul
find that.
video and they're like, "Oh, pick up Vineyard Vines because it's a good brand," it's like, well, that's nice, but I'm never gonna find that. Very
I
rarely.
found some just a couple weeks ago.
It happens.
I just
It's
sold
rare.
one. I just sold tonight one Vineyard Vine shirt.
Well, you're on the East Coast. It's an East Coast brand.
And
So-
it's total frat like sort of.
Yes. So that's why it's important to look up items that are selling within your area, because then you can see what are people finding here locally, what are my chances of finding that particular item, who's my competition, my local competition. And not that that's a bad thing, but just knowing what they're finding so you have an idea of what you could also be finding.
That's an amazing. So yeah, like search like 100-mile radius maybe for.
Mhm.
That's a really good. That's actually maybe one of the best tips I've heard.
So I still do it. I still look up. I'll still put in like a dress, just like a plain keyword, and then I'll put in used because most of what I'm finding is pre-owned product, and then I'll put in like a 50-mile radius, and I put in like $50 to $100, right? Kind of like a mid-high end price range. And so I want to see what local people are selling what brands they're selling in that like $50 to $100 range.
So
and that gives me an idea of items that I might also find.
Totally. I think that's a really good tip. Thank you. That's super helpful.
Just
There we
passing
go.
it along.
The mighty mushroom.
Oh, look at this. My
Right,
first
Lurky.
item that's on my list is a work belt. YMCA.
Oh, when they pull up your name.
Yeah, this is my store that I'm
That's
broadcasting. Let's see. Let's
Cool. I
look
only
at
have one contact.
price highest. What's my highest priced item?
What is it?
Oh, it's that. It's a $10,000 jacket.
What's so great about it? I mean, not that
It's
I'm
just
not.
like it's a one of a kind Nike employee jacket.
Oh shit.
It's in style. It's like
Have
a
you gotten any offers on it?
Well, yes.
One.
Any
I've
decent
gotten a
offers?
couple of offers that were like kind of like people asking me. And then the second highest is I haven't gotten an offer on this. It's very historical. It's a box from the christening of a ship. It's 1 pound of sterling silver, a little bit over a pound of sterling silver in this box, and then a flag that was on the boat. And then, oh god, these pictures are pretty bad. Roland synth, a very, very, very rare. This is their first full electric piano that they ever made. These cost $15,000.
What?
I'm asking $1,000, but those pictures are fucked. We got $1,000 Buddha, $1,000 pair of. These are prototypes from the 80s. Have you guys seen these?
I only have one contact, so I'm sorry for my like.
Who?
Wow. Whoa.
Aren't those badass?
I would never pick that up though. I know nothing about.
Are you fucking serious? Like these Nike decided to experiment with cycling shoes, it looks like, but they never released these. I got these at the home of a Nike employee who worked there in the 80s.
That's so
Those are sick. Those are the sickest shoes ever. Look at those.
Those are pretty dope.
They're like Back to the Future, but like
Yeah.
they were made
Marty
during
McFly.
the year of Back to the Future, 1985.
That's pretty high. Yeah, that's
What's-
cool. Is Nike headquartered up there? Or?
Yep.
See,
I don't know why this is still in inventory because it's sold. I don't have one of these in stock. Let's see what happens if I click on it. Yeah, look. Look, I can't buy it.
That's so weird. That's
Why is that here?
Isn't it because you set you have like multiple quantities and you just set it to 0?
No.
Isn't that why stuff doesn't show up in your sold listings?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I
didn't
thought we
have a
talked
quant.
about that stuff wasn't showing up in your sold listings because you do multi-quantity listings and then just set them to 0.
No, I never do that. I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought we talked about that. Maybe, I don't know.
No, we have Mary Magdalene in the wilderness. This is also a terrible picture.
Ooh,
Oh,
those
see,
shoes are
like
pretty.
these? See these shoes here? I
Oh,
sold
beautiful.
these.
What are they? I think I always like look for. I love men's shoes. I think they're so.
These are new old stock Florsheim Imperials in a very unique colorway. You can see the little fade at the top. These never been worn. Just an exceptional vintage pair of shoes. Look at
Uh,
how many nails are. I think there's like 800 million nails in there.
the condition is insane.
They're new. Look, they haven't been laced.
Wow. Why would somebody spend so much money on a pair of shoes and never wear them? That boggles. Well,
I think this guy worked for Florsheim. These were samples in his sample kit, so I found his sample kit box and I pulled the new ones out. Even though I should have bought all of them, that was a mistake. But these sold for 500 a pair. But these are sold, but they're showing up in my active listings. You see that too? That's sold. This isn't. This is a look at that. Check this out. Paramount Pictures. I don't know.
Power supply.
That's dope.
Isn't that badass?
That's dope.
It's got the sticker on it here that says Paramount Pictures. You can see that on the back.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's sold already.
No, that's not sold.
Movie buffs.
Yeah, when I look at your store, the items that you're saying are sold don't show up for me.
Oh, weird.
So, I mean, are
Holy
you
shit.
logged into your account?
Does anybody know who Karl Lagerfeld is?
Fucking love Karl Lagerfeld.
Did
He's
you see this
amazing.
Lagerfeld shirt?
I'm literally looking at it right now. That's what I opened
Isn't
up
it
on your page.
It's a pretty picture.
as
Lighting is. That's a really
fuck?
cool, or maybe
That is so sick.
that's just a beautiful shirt. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. See how much I'm asking for it?
You should.
It's
Or you have best offer, right?
you will never, ever, ever, ever see this. No, I don't have best offer on this because I'm not taking less than $450 for this shirt.
How much did you pay for it?
$1.
Shut up! God,
Ooh, look what we have next. I don't know why the polyopticon is that much. This is badass. I've put this in other videos, but this is like the holy grail because it's unused. It's the rarest Screen Stars label. It's a 50/50, which makes it the most desirable. It's size medium, also making it extremely desirable. And it's a misprint. You see the misprint on where it says Western Open?
Mm-hmm.
So this shirt, you can't even find it in its normal one, but this one would have been like destroyed, but for some reason it wasn't.
Oh,
But Nike never teamed up with like beer companies. This is like
yeah,
early Nike.
that's interesting. That's cool.
The Western Racket Club. I love the colorway. It's such a badass shirt. It's new.
Now, where'd you find that?
1978 or 79, probably. What?
Where'd you find that at?
I found that in the closet of a person who had a closet. It was a tennis player who it appeared that they were sponsored by Nike. Yeah, they weren't. They definitely weren't a Nike employee. So I bought a bunch of really amazing tennis stuff and weird tennis kind of not really artifacts, but like history stuff. And this was like this was hanging in the closet. Seriously.
What's something in Houston you could find that has is there anything like real cool in Houston? I mean, I know Houston's a huge city, but I'm just maybe oil related. I don't know. It's such a oil town.
Well,
think
okay,
the
so
cowboy
Houston
boot game would be
is
hot.
like a tycoon city, so like you want stuff like this, like you're looking for like Porsche jackets and like Ferrari stuff and like
Oh, in Houston, right.
Like I just picked up a
NASA.
Boeing jacket that was new with tags.
A what? A Chloe?
Boeing, like the
Oh,
This one-
shit.
airplane
That's
company.
awesome.
this is
That's
me.
right.
Does everybody see me?
Yeah.
Hi,
That's
I'm
you on
Corey.
a good day, Corey.
You had a good day. I got the red ass.
That's so weird.
Houston's hit and miss though, like because some of the estate sales they know what they have, and then some of them they really don't know what they have. And then it depends on what you're looking for too, because you know, I don't know. As a girl, most people aren't going to think to buy a toilet flapper, but I did. So it just depends on, if you're willing to branch out and scan something, basically.
Yeah.
Check
You
it
just
out.
have to be willing to take some risks and make some purchases and build your inventory.
Yeah.
You will find things of value in most places. Like Portland's a very, very wealthy city with like a very, very like high baby boomer population. They are like passing away, and their children do not want their things, and other people do. And so we just have we have a lot of really, really crazy estate sales. So we're like, I live in a very fortunate time. There's no way I could do what I do now in like Louisiana or something. It's just
Right,
really,
right.
I have to, that is truthful. Now, it doesn't mean that I don't work really hard to find the things that I find.
Yeah, oh no. I mean, you're always on the hunt for sure. That's so interesting to like look at, like Oklahoma got real wealthy in the 80s, right? So I find tons of like these flashy, ornate.
Yeah, but 80s stuff is like super pop right now. You gotta sell that stuff.
Well, but that's just like that's like an instance of just something that like I'm just fascinated by like the histories and like demographics of places, and because I think anywhere you can make money, you just kind of have to maybe think out of the box. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's
like,
money everywhere, but like if you're living in a swamp town in Louisiana, you're probably not going to make a lot of money unless you're branching outside of that community. You know what I'm saying?
What
I
is?
think
Are you
can
trying to
find
bust
cool
Lonnie
shit.
balls? Is he in the chat?
No, I'm from where Lonnie is from, dude.
I
I've
know.
dealt
I'm
with-
just busting balls.
I don't bust Lonnie. I actually respect Lonnie for what he does, but he doesn't like me for some reason.
He's a good dude. Lonnie's a good. He's a good guy.
He hates me.
He don't hate you.
Just kidding.
Nobody
I'm sure
hates that.
somebody hates me somewhere, I'm sure.
Who's left in the chat?
Mal.
Yeah.
Mal's in the chat.
No, talking
Mal.
about
Lauren, Stephanie, Michelle. They're all still there.
who's Stephanie?
That's so weird.
Stephanie's threads.
Hey Krill, do you like Stern? Are you a Howard Stern guy?
Howard Stern?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I was watching his videos on YouTube the other day, but like the older stuff. But like, I don't have it. Like, I don't order the Sirius.
Okay.
But he's cool.
You remind me of Ronnie the limo driver. Like,
Ron-
oh my god,
Isn't that guy like 60?
he's. You don't like look like him. Just your personality and your like your accent, Obby.
Well, you know how he grew up in the one town east of me. That's where he grew up, and his parents live one town west of me.
He always talks about like Howard's kind of full of shit because he talks about like he's poor and uneducated. Dude, he's like he went to Boston University.
No. But the place where he grew up in Roosevelt. That's the town where it's the hood, and especially when he was growing up, it was the hood. That's where
so he's legit. He's not lying about
rap groups from the night. Like, you remember Public Enemy, the rap group from the 80s?
Oh yeah.
That's where they're from, and a whole lot of people. Julius Irving.
He doesn't like
basketball
rap,
player, Dr. J.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of people from Roosevelt. It's the hood.
He doesn't like rap though, which is interesting. That's cool.
So
I didn't know he was for real. I can never tell if he's full of shit.
No, he grew up. He was. They were the last like white family in the whole town.
That would make
They
for
were.
a very interesting upbringing.
But that's why he got
I'm gonna
frustrated
go.
because
Good
his
night, you
father had the
guys.
money and didn't want to move.
Later to you.
Bye.
I'm out too. It's way past.
Bye, Adrian.
Who left?
Who?
The
What?
gals.
Now, Mal, do you smoke at the gym?
I smoke 2
What?
cigarettes before I go to the gym.
But like
I
in the
sit
parking lot, you smoke,
I sit in the parking lot and smoke cigarettes, and then I run like a bunch of miles.
and you can still run after you smoke cigarettes.